It's been a rough year, and I knew I wasn't in a great place, and so I kind of didn't want to come because I'm like, I feel like I don't want the place I'm in to negatively affect anyone else. I've just been weary, right? Like at some point in my walk with the Lord, I just realized that I was really far behind everyone else, right? So I was kind of like on the fence. Should I do this? I don't know if I'm the right kind of person to go. I just made a list of a bunch of things that would meet why I shouldn't go, and God was just like, just go, right? This is like, you have this opportunity to meet with me. I know you're not in a good place. Just go. One thing I had to, or the Lord forced me to acknowledge of myself while I was here, is that I struggle with bitterness. And I kind of know, and it's something the Lord's been working on me for a long time. And not having always had a good experience with Christians in the church, it's hard to love and to engage, and not just to doubt everything and think that this is just a mask that people put on, right? The Lord really challenged me. That was like the first night before I really knew anybody, and we were just worshiping the Lord, and we were singing, and just the example of the people around me, seeing how they were worshiping. I look over, and one of the ladies, one of the young girls she was just right beside me, and she was just like worshiping the Lord. And I was like, whoa, like she's really just like in love with Jesus and worshiping the Lord. And the Lord just like poked me, and it was like, why don't you worship me like that? And I was like, it's like you realize you haven't even been singing to me. Like, you just stand there, right? You don't even like lift your voice to me. And I was like, yeah, but it's like, I don't feel like my heart is in the right place to worship, right? And it's like, worship me anyway. And I walk around and I'm looking around and I'm seeing the people, they're praying, they're reading the word, and I was like, oh, I just love that. That's so good. It's so beautiful. And I go and I sit, and I had just a great conversation with just a group of people. And I was like, oh, this is so good. I love this. I didn't realize that the Lord was speaking to me through this, like through just observing and interacting. And he's like, I was just saying it to myself, like, oh, that's beautiful. And God's saying, look, it's not beautiful. And it's like, yes, it's beautiful. And he says, it's not enough for you to say that I'm a great God because the world is beautiful, right? It's not enough. You have to look at my people and say, wow, God, you are a great God. And I've never been able to do that. So it's a fulfillment in that, and my heart needing to express the love that the Lord has for the church and the body of Christ, which I've never been able to do. And so I feel like my heart's going to explode from just the amount of love that I'm feeling for people. Like, I'm almost not functional, right? Like, I'm just so overwhelmed in the best way. But that's a special moment, right, in life. But I feel like this week has kind of given me some understanding of how I can start slowly and carefully learning to have that heart all the time, in as much as I am able.
Are you glad you came?
I am so glad I came.